In the quiet corners of a city that never sleeps, where the hum of life continued without pause, there lived a cat. She wasn't just any cat. Her name was Luna, though few ever bothered to learn it. With fur as soft as moonlight and eyes as deep as the night sky, Luna wandered the streets, a silent observer of a world that had long forgotten her. Once, Luna had known love. She had once curled up by a fireplace, feeling the warmth of both the fire and the hands that gently stroked her back. There had been laughter then, children's laughter, a house full of life, and her purrs were a melody that danced through it. But as seasons passed, people grew, moved on, and so did the lives she had once been a part of. The house, once her sanctuary, became empty. The family that had promised forever found themselves in a different home, and in the chaos of transition, Luna was left behind. It wasn't that they had forgotten her, not at first. But life has a cruel way of shifting priorities, and Luna soon became a memory, one that faded with time. Days turned into weeks, and the scent of those she loved disappeared from her fur. At first, Luna waited. She would sit on the doorstep of that old house, expecting to see familiar faces, hearing the voices that had once called her name with affection. But the days grew longer, colder, and the door never opened. She wandered further and further from home, searching for something that felt like the warmth she once knew. Now, Luna belonged to the streets. The world outside was harsher than she had ever known. The once soft pads of her paws were now calloused from the rough pavement, and her once vibrant coat dulled from the wear of the unforgiving city. People passed by her, some with a glance, others with indifference. She had become part of the scenery, another stray in a city full of distractions. But Luna wasn't just a stray. She was a heart once full of love, now aching with the weight of abandonment. And in every shadow she crossed, she carried with her the memories of a home she would never return to. On rainy nights, Luna would find refuge beneath the awnings of old buildings, curling into herself as if trying to recapture the warmth of days long gone. The rain felt heavy on her fur, soaking through to her bones, but it was the silence that truly chilled her. There were no voices calling her name anymore, no hands reaching out to offer comfort. She was alone, utterly, heartbreakingly alone. Yet, despite the loneliness, Luna survived. Her body moved through the days, but her spirit remained anchored in a past that had long moved on. Every once in a while, she would find a patch of sunlight and lay in it, her eyes half closed, and for a brief moment, she could almost feel the warmth of her old home, the softness of the bed she once knew. But the moment always faded, and reality would pull her back to the cold concrete beneath her. One winter morning, the first snow began to fall. The city was quiet, muffled by the blanket of white that covered the streets. Luna, now thin and frail, wandered slowly through the soft snowflakes. She found a small patch beneath a tree where the snow had yet to settle, and there she lay down. As the snow gently covered her tired body, Luna's eyes closed for the last time. She dreamed of warmth, of love, of the family that once held her close. And in that dream, she was home again, purring beside the fireplace, her heart full, her body warm. But the dawn that rose over the city the next day was one Luna would never see. The world moved on, as it always did. And somewhere, a family vaguely remembered a cat they had once loved, though the memory had become as distant as the stars. Yet for Luna, those memories were everything. Her final thoughts, her final comfort in a world that had forgotten her.